Sharing screen now.
Okay, I'll start with the invocation prayers. First, let me offer my obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo.
So thank you all so much for coming to His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj's daily class. We are so thankful for your presence here, and I humbly beg for your blessings so that by your mercy and empowerment, I may be able to speak something on this very important subject matter, especially today being the Vyasa Puja of our beloved Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye. Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So I have chosen this verse especially for us to understand the need of a spiritual master, after which we are going to talk about who is the spiritual master. And the third part we are going to talk about is what are the duties of a disciple towards the spiritual master. So three very important subtopics will be covered under this overall topic of Guru Tatva as a means to understand better how to serve our Gurudev. So my hope and prayer is that you will bless me to do this seva. Hare Krishna. So I've chosen this verse because here Arjuna is turning to Krishna. Till now, he treated Krishna as a friend, but now he humbly submits to him and says, I am completely helpless, lost, bewildered, confused, panic-stricken. Please help me. I am your disciple. I'm surrendering unto you. Now you please instruct me. So this is how the living entity actually comes to the shelter of Gurudev and he finally is fed up, sick and tired of being beaten up by the material energy. And he calls out to the Lord in his heart, my dear Lord, I'm suffering so much. Please help me. And that's when Krishna sends the spiritual master. Okay. Karpanya dosha pahata svabhava Richami tvam dharma samudha chetaha Yachreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Purport. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step, there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place, and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not therefore remain in material perplexities, but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. Who is the man in material perplexities? It is he who does not understand the problems of life. In the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad 3.8.10, the perplexed man is described as follows. Yova etad aksharam gargi aviditas aviditvasmal lokat raitisa kripada. He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human and who thus quits this world like the cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. This human form of life is the most valuable asset for the living entity who can utilize it for solving the problems of life. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is a miser. On the other hand, there is the Brahmana, or he who is intelligent enough to utilize this body to solve all the problems of life. Ye tad aksharam gargi viditva smal lokat praitesa brahmanaha. The Kripanas, or miserly persons, waste their time in being overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc. in the material conception of life. One is often attached to family life, namely to wife, children, and other members on the basis of skin disease. The Kripana thinks that he is able to protect his family members from death, or the Kripana thinks that his family or society can save him from the verge of death. Such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals who take care of children also. Being intelligent, Arjun could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the causes of his perplexity. Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still, on account of miserly weakness, he could not discharge the duties. He is therefore asking Lord Krishna, the supreme spiritual master, to make a definite solution. He offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciple are serious. And now Arjun wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master. Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavad Gita, and Arjun is the first disciple for understanding the Gita. How Arjun understands the Bhagavad Gita is stated in the Gita itself. And yet, foolish, mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna's within and without. And one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Candramauli Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatyadesha Tarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So you see over here how Srila Prabhupada is giving a very clear and very beautiful description that why one needs a spiritual master to solve the perplexities of life which happen without our even wanting them. Now, because we have come to this intelligent form of life, which is the human form of life, it behooves us to approach a spiritual master, because only by approaching a spiritual master, we can make a final solution to this problem of repeated birth and death, as well as cross over this particular lifetime and go back to Krishna. So we sing every day, Gurvashtakam prayers. The spiritual master is pouring a rain cloud. He's like a rain cloud of mercy. The blazing fire of material existence is burning us up. But the spiritual master is pouring the cooling rains of mercy. And so we remain safe and protected under his divine shelter. See how fortunate we are. So, therefore, it is only in the human form of life that this is possible. A cat, a dog, a tree, a mouse, a snake, a bird, a bee, a butterfly, a worm, a whale, an elephant, a crocodile, they cannot do this. You cannot approach a spiritual master and say, oh, my dear spiritual master, please relieve me from this awful condition of being trapped in this material body. Because for their level, it is only eating, sleeping, mating, and defense. That is all. It is simply by instinct and simply on the basis of survival. The bigger animal eats the smaller animal. That animal eats an animal smaller than itself. Jivo jivanam jivasya. This is the law of the jungle, as it is called. Law of the jungle means might. The strongest will eat the weakest. That's how it is. But we are not jungle animals. After coming to the human form of life, we have been given intelligence, we have been given knowledge, and it is in the human form of life that we can put an end to this cycle of birth and death. And therefore, one must take shelter of the spiritual master. Now, who is the spiritual master? That's what we are going to focus on. We are very clear that we need a spiritual master to help us to purify our existence, to give us transcendental knowledge, to regain our position as pure, unalloyed, loving servitors of Krishna in the spiritual world, which is where we were. We have lost our way over here because we desire to be Krishna. Why should Krishna enjoy? I want to be the enjoyer. Why should Krishna be the proprietor of everything? I want to be the proprietor. Why should Krishna be the controller of everything? I want to be the controller. So because of our desire to lord it over others, to lord it over material nature, to be the controller, to be the manipulator, to be the pusher and the mover and the shaker, as we say, we came here. She said, all right, you want to try that? Go to the material world and try and see if you can enjoy like that without me. So here we are, struggling with the mind and the senses and the material body, which is only giving us so much trouble. Nothing but trouble. Mind and the senses are always pushing. But when one receives the mercy of the pure devotee, one begins to understand the value of this human form of life, and one can disentangle himself or herself from the chain of reactions which have been in existence since time immemorial. We don't know when we came here. It is so long back that we are considered to be eternally conditioned souls. That's how far back it goes. And action has produced reaction, reaction has produced action, which again has produced reaction. So we are tightly caught in a web from which we cannot get out on our own. It's not possible. Only one who is unbound can free us. As the Bhagavad Gita 7:14 says, only one who is free can free us. Daivihi esha gudamai mama maya duratyaya mam evaya prapadyante mayam hitam tarantite. This divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is very difficult to overcome. But one who has surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. And Srila Prabhupada described the whole ocean of material suffering becomes reduced to the size of a hoof print of a cap, water contained in the hoof print of a cap. So small, we can just step over it. Even a child can step over it. So small. So that's how easy it becomes once we surrender unto the spiritual master. Now, why isn't it hunky-dory from that point on? I've surrendered to my spiritual master. I understand the value of spiritual life. I want to go for it. Then what happens? Why don't we follow nicely? Why don't we obey the Guru? Why don't we have a smooth upward progression in our spiritual life? Because of our conditioning. Because of our conditioning, which is very deep-rooted. So this conditioning will keep on coming up like a bump in the road, and set us back. It is called anartha, unwanted things in the heart, material attachments, material desires, material entanglements, material likes and dislikes, both attachments, aversion, all these things keep us bound and set us back. So how to overcome all these things? It is simply by, again, the mercy of the spiritual master that we can overcome all these conditionings and make progress on the path of bhakti, which is not so easy. In fact, more subtle the anarthas, more difficult they are to overcome. And only the Lord and his pure representative know exactly what medicine to give, what surgery to do, when to do it, how to do it, to disentangle us from this network of illusion. The spiritual master is expert. He's called an expert gardener. And he can help grow the Bhakti Lata beach very nicely because he knows exactly what the disciple needs, when he needs it, how he needs it, and what he needs. All these things are known to the Guru. Who is the Guru? Now we are going to talk about that. Who is the spiritual master? Very important to understand this also. He is none other than the Supreme Lord himself. The mercy manifestation of the Lord who has come down to this material world to pull the living entity out of the ocean of nations and take him back to the spiritual world. He is none other than the Supreme Lord himself. This is very important to understand. This Guru is not an ordinary person like you and me. He is not a material living entity. He is transcendental. Even though he appears to be like one of us, he eats like us, he sleeps like us, he talks like us, he is not like us. He is completely situated in the internal energy of the Lord. He is completely transcendental. And his material body, whether it is sick, whether it is aging, whether it is withered, whether it is this or that, has no effect on his service, which is pure and loving and unalloyed, untainted by anything of this material energy. And so one must understand the position of the spiritual master and offer all respects with great humility. One must present oneself before the spiritual master like a fool. I am nothing but a fool, my dear spiritual master. Please help me. Because who else but a fool will leave the spiritual world and come here? So I'm utterly foolish. I'm totally bewildered. I'm completely illusioned. I'm prone to making mistakes and cheating propensities and all sorts of nasty, dirty things in my heart. But you, my dear spiritual master, you're so compassionate. You're so kind. You're so merciful. You have left the spiritual world to come down here, taking birth here just to save me. I offer my most humble obeisances unto you, and I beg you to allow me to serve you. Serving the spiritual master is a privilege. We are not doing him any favors. He is doing us a favor by accepting our impure devotional service, our unwilling, grudging, resentful, disobedient, rebellious devotional service, which is so-called devotional service, because we are not so pure. We are mixed devotees and we don't have so much awe and reverence like we should. We are conditioned by our past lives. We are not, and especially because we are in Kali Yuga. There is no awe and reverence or any respect whatsoever in Kali Yuga because nobody cares. What authority? Who is the authority? I'm the authority. I know everything. And so we try to even teach the spiritual master. No, Guru Maharaj, you're wrong. It's not like this. It's like this. This is how we misbehave with the spiritual master. The spiritual master is very kind. He's very merciful. But that does not mean we should not grow up. We have to mature. We have to understand. We have to learn from other devotees. We have to learn from seniors. We have to learn from the Shastra. Especially, we have to learn from sadhus. Who is a sadhu? He's one who is fully in Krishna consciousness, he or she. And he or she can teach us the way of success in spiritual life. And the primary means of success, the only means of success, the essential route to success is pleasing the spiritual master. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasadat nagati kutopi dhyayan stuvam stasya yashastri sandhyam vande guru shri charanarvindam. It's the only by pleasing the spiritual master does the Lord become pleased, because they are non-different. The spiritual master is the mercy manifestation of the Lord. So I'm going to now read very important verses that tell us this very same point. The spiritual master as a manifestation or a representative of Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. Acharyam mam vijaniyan navamanyeta karhichit namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu. This is from Bhagavatam 11, 17, 27. and is cited in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 146. There are many verses that I'm going to read out, so don't worry about trying to pull them up. I'll let you know which one I want, Satyabhama. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods. Now, Bhagavatam, Canto 11, cited in Nectar of Devotion. My dear king, a disciple has to accept the spiritual master, not only as spiritual master, but also as the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the Super Soul. In other words, the disciple should accept the spiritual master as God, because he is the external manifestation of Krishna. Now, CC Adi Leela 145. Guru Krishna Rupa Haya Shastrera Pramani. Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karena Bhakta Gani. According to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. Lord Krishna, in the form of the spiritual master, delivers his devotees. Krishna yadi kripa kare kona bhagyavani, guru antaryami rupe shikhaya apani. Krishna is situated in everyone's heart as Chaitya Guru, the spiritual master within. When he is kind to some fortunate conditioned soul, he personally gives one's lessons to progress in devotional service, instructing the person as the super soul within and the spiritual master without. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 2247. And I'm happy to share all these quotes later if you like to look them up. Now, Bhagavatam 11th canto again, 29th chapter, verse 6. Oh my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged life of Brahma, for you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the super soul, to deliver the embodied being by directing him how to come to you. So, my dear spirit souls, my dear God brothers and sisters, we should have absolutely no doubts that the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, seeing the urgent plea in the hearts of all of us, has sent himself in the form of our spiritual master to give us instructions, to give us mercy, to help us purify our existence, to come to the point of unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service, which is pure devotional service, and attain the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. Haribo! That's our original position. And only the spiritual master can give us that. So we sing every day in the Guru Puja, Guru Vandanam. He who has given us the gift of transcendental vision is our Lord, birth after birth. It is by his mercy that divine knowledge is revealed within our hearts, destroying ignorance, bestowing pure love for Krishna. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. So this is the position of the Guru. He is not an ordinary man. One must treat him as one treats God himself. When Srila Prabhupada came here, and ordinary people, especially reporters, would see with what exuberance, enthusiasm, and opulence Srila Prabhupada was being greeted at airports, at railway stations, bus stations, in the temple foyer, and they were aghast. Say, they treat you like you are God. And Prabhupada said, yes, the representative of the God must be treated as good as God. What is this Rolls Royce? If God came, you would give him a golden car. Even this Rolls Royce is not enough. Because one reporter asked, you're going in this Rolls Royce. So what is this Rolls Royce? A golden car is for God. So even the representative, just as you respect a government official as representative of the government, you respect the spiritual master to be as good as God. Of course, the spiritual master never thinks that. He doesn't say, oh, because everyone is worshipping me, I'm God now. If he thinks that, the moment he thinks that, he is dog, Prabhupada said. D-O-G and not G-O-D. So the spiritual master never thinks that. He always considers himself a very humble servitor of the Supreme Lord. And actually, the humble servitor of even his disciples. You are all my spiritual masters, said Srila Prabhupada to his own disciples. Because he says, because you are helping me to fulfill the mission of my Gurudev, therefore he himself has sent you. And I therefore consider you all extensions of him, my spiritual master. So humble. Prabhupada was so humble. He never thought of himself, oh, I am the founder, Acharya of ISKCON. I am somebody great. Never. He was so humble that he even stood in a line to go and use the restroom in the early days when people didn't understand what was his position. He also stood in line with everybody else. Just see. Another time, because in the airport in those days, people were allowed to go right inside. A big, huge group of devotees had gone to see Prabhupada off, and the whole foyer was crowded, and the passengers themselves didn't have space. So the official came and said, who's in charge over here? Then the temple president came forward and said, please clear out the foyer. There's no place for the passengers. So then Rupanuga Prabhu immediately cupped his hand, raised his voice, saying, all devotees, please step outside because there's no room for the passengers. Immediately Prabhupada got up and started walking on. And Rupanuga said, Prabhupada, not you, not you. So humble. He just thought, I'm another devotee, and so we have to all go. Like this. He was so humble. And another time he was asked, so you are the guru of the whole world? And Prabhupada very humbly said, I am not anyone's guru, but I am everyone's servant. So humble. I'm everyone's servant. And then he was at another point, he was describing first class man, second class man, third class man, fourth class. So one person said, so Swamiji, what class are you? And Prabhupada just humbly hung his head down and looked very, 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 very humble and said, I am not even fifth class man, I am 10th class. See the humility. And we can see even our Gurudev, how humble he is. He absolutely refuses to accept any kind of honor, no matter how many times and how many ways you try to give. He will never accept it. He will just say, I am just a humble servitor, I am nothing. And he will glorify others. Never accepting any praise, any kind. So, pure devotee, this is the hallmark of pure devotees. They are untouched by ordinary lust and anger and greed and pride and envy and hatred and likes and dislikes. They are above all these things. Lust, anger, greed, illusion. Yeah, they are not illusion like us. They are above the 4 defects. What are the 4 defects we have? We are prone to committing mistakes. We have the cheating propensity. We are very often illusioned. We are bewildered, isn't it? By so many things. And 4th, we have imperfect senses. But the spiritual master is completely in transcendence. He is directly receiving all that he needs from the Supreme Lord to guide the conditioned souls back to himself. So we should never think of the spiritual master as one of us. That is the biggest mistake. We must every moment be cognizant that this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself come in the form of my spiritual master. And therefore, I should offer him all respects. And I should never, Srila Prabhupada said, before the spiritual master, one should behave as though I am a complete fool. I do not know anything. Blank slate. Prabhupada said, you should be like a blank slate on which the spiritual master can write. I know nothing, Gurudev. I am completely at your command. I am useless. I am foolish. I am bewildered. I know nothing. So therefore, please clean my head and my heart and allow me to serve you. You who are the representative of the Lord who has come down to this material world to save me. So I will also read one more, which is the duties of a disciple, because this is also very important for us to understand. What are we supposed to do? And all this is taken from this wonderful book called Spiritual Master and His Disciple. I will share the title with you. One must remain a fool before his guru. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, my Guru Maharaj, my spiritual master, considered me a great fool. He who remains a great fool before his guru is a guru himself. However, if one says, I am so advanced, Gurudev, that I can speak better than even my guru, he is simply a rascal. A disciple should always remain a fool before his spiritual master. Only fools give up the service of the spiritual master and think themselves advanced in spiritual knowledge. In order to check such fools, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself presented the perfect example of how to be a disciple. A spiritual master knows very well how to engage each disciple in a particular duty. But if a disciple, thinking himself more advanced than his spiritual master, gives up his orders and acts independently, he checks his own spiritual progress. Every disciple must consider himself completely unaware of the science of Krishna and must always be ready to carry out the orders of the spiritual master to become competent in Krishna consciousness. A disciple should always remain a fool before his spiritual master. The disciple should approach the guru in a submissive attitude in order to accept instructions. In order to become free from the miseries of material nature, one should approach a bona fide spiritual master inquisitively and submissively. When Arjun submitted to Krishna, my dear Krishna, now I no longer care to talk to you as a friend because friendly talks will not benefit me now. Generally, we talk to a friend just to spend time. But when we approach a spiritual master, we should be submissive. Friends approach one another on an equal basis. But this is not the way to approach a spiritual master. Unless one is very humble and submissive, one cannot accept sublime instructions. Arjun teaches us this submission by giving up his friendly relationship with Krishna. And he says, I have now become your disciple. Please instruct me. Finally, a big no-no. If one approaches a Krishna conscious spiritual master in a challenging, puffed up attitude, he cannot gain anything and he remains in material consciousness. Lord Chaitanya actually took the subordinate position before Ramananda Rai. This has very great significance. If one is serious about understanding the transcendental nature of Krishna, he should approach a person who is actually enriched with Krishna consciousness. One should not be proud of his material birth, material opulence, material education and beauty, and with these things try to conquer the mind of an advanced student of Krishna consciousness. One who thus goes to a Krishna conscious person thinking he would be favorably induced is deluded about this science. One should approach a Krishna conscious person with all humility and put relevant questions to him. If one goes to challenge him, such a highly Krishna conscious person will not be available to give any service. A challenging, puffed up person cannot gain anything from a Krishna conscious man. He will simply remain in material consciousness. One should submit any proposal to the spiritual master only with great humility and submission. Now we are reading a translation. The Brahmana immediately fell at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and requested him to accept his proposal in a joyful mood. My dear Lord, I have invited all the sannyasis of Benares to my home. My desires will be fulfilled if you also accept my invitation. The Vedic injunctions therefore state, Tad vidhi pranipatena pari prashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. One must approach a superior authority in humbleness. One cannot challenge a superior authority, but with great submission, one can submit his proposal for acceptance by the spiritual master or spiritual authorities. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an ideal teacher by his personal behavior, and so also are all his disciples. This Brahmana, being purified in association with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, followed this principle. He fell down at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and fervently appealed to the Lord to please be compassionate and grant his request. Thus, he humbly submitted his desire. Now, Even if the spiritual master deals with us harshly, the disciple must be submissive. Respectable superiors are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counterattacked. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. And finally, when a bona fide student approaches a bona fide spiritual master, he submissively prays to the spiritual master, "My dear Lord, kindly accept me as your student and train me in such a way that I will be able to give up all other kinds of processes for self-realization and simply engage in Krishna consciousness, devotional service." So those are all the different injunctions. I thought it is very important for us to remember again, who is the spiritual master? What is the etiquette to be maintained in front of the spiritual master? How humble and how submissive one must be, because you're dealing with a person as good as God. So you may say, but I have so many doubts, I have so many questions, I have so many, clarifications. And that's where we go to a mentor. The mentorship system is there for us to put all our questions, to put all our doubts, to put all our queries, to engage in, a very extensive dialogue with our mentors. We can do that, but we cannot do that with the spiritual master. He's not he's not like one of us that we can just talk anything, anyhow, anywhere, any way we like. That's not etiquette. In fact, that is Guru Aparad. So one must be very, very careful in one's dealings with the Guru. So thank you all for listening so patiently. We can now open up for comments, questions, discussions, corrections, criticisms.
Thank you so much, Sridevi Mataji. We could feel the love for, the love for Guru Maharaj, and from your speech is such enthusiasm. You always talk, it just flows through, even it's virtually, you can feel that. And thank you so much for always being there and teaching us, this Guru Tatva is always very, very complex and very important to understand. And thank you ever for this class. This is really, really good. And today I'm hosting is my, I'm blessed by you, by the Lord, and by the Guru Maharaj, that I'm able to do this little service. So devotees, if you have any questions, comments, realizations, no criticism, please open up, and it will be nice to take your darshans. And if you can't speak, please type it, and I'll read it for you in the chat. Thank you.
Criticism is also welcome, Satyabhama. This is the way we actually
I'm just
explore the
kidding.
subject.
Yes.
we can because we are God family, we can ask questions of each other. We can discuss the topic threadbare. We can pose, counter questions, because we are here to clarify our doubts. We can do that. No problem. I'm here to help in whatever little way I can. I may not be able to do much, but whatever little bit I can do, by mercy of Guru and Krishna, I'm happy to do that. You might say, oh my gosh, does disciple means becoming a slave? I must just say like this, like Nandi Bail, just say yes, yes, yes to everything. No. Definitely we are supposed to use our intelligence, but we use our intelligence in such a way that we advance in Krishna consciousness by following the process nicely, which means maintaining etiquette.
Absolutely.
We do not blindly follow. We do not follow foolishly without understanding. But that's why we have the mentorship system in place.
Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Sridevi.
I'm
happy to see you here again.
Hari bol. And I'm happy to see you. I raced back to my home because a big rainstorm was coming. I said, my gosh, I hope the internet holds up. And thankfully, till now, the storm has not broken, though the sky is all covered.
It's still dry.
It's still dry. Krishna is allowing me to do my service.
That's good. So we are thankful that we can do it, and we are thankful that he helps us doing it.
Yes, he helps us to do it. His mercy today on us.
Right.
Guru Tatva is a very complex subject matter, and it's not easy to understand. And that is why we need the help of other devotees.
Yeah, that's always nice to have help of other devotees. That's why I'm always with you.
Haribol, I'm so
Haribol.
thankful that you are kind enough to always be with such a foolish person as me. I am blessed by your association.
Well, you know, I am the more foolish than you, so
Not possible, not possible. Not possible.
we keep the hand of each other. Okay.
Haribol.
I wish you a nice afternoon.
Thank you, Atita Kirti. Thank
Hi,
you so
Bol. Hi, Bol to everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, if there are no, we are waiting for the questions. I would want to ask one question, Mataji.
Please.
So my question is, many a times it happens that, we have a desire to, render personal service to a guru. And being a woman, it's just not always possible. And, you always feel like whenever, Guru Maharaj comes in the city, you just want to be around him. You just don't want to do anything, just want to see him all the time. Your eyes should be on him, like, and, and, and it so happens that, you have definitely, in Krishna consciousness, you have services, other services, your home, you have deities and, temple services. You also have occupations. So how do we understand that? I know there is, it's not right desire, not right desire, I should say, but you have a feeling that, if you're not with him, you're not doing anything, you're not serving, you just can't relate other services. I'm not able to relate my other services to serving to Guru. Even if I'm, I'm a Harinam, or I'm serving my deities at home, or I'm in the temple, I feel like, I'm not doing something for Guru Maharaj. I'm just, that desire is just always that, that sadness is there in the heart, that I'm not able to serve him as I should. And yeah.
Yeah, that pull is always there, that I want to be with Guru Maharaj and do personal service and maybe cook something nice or clean his room or arrange his furniture and things, whatever it is, that feeling is always there. But what if the Guru wants you to do something different? What if the Guru says, I want you to go on Harinam Satyabhama? So therefore, it is more pleasing to the Guru that you go on Harinam. So you may be more pleased being in the room with him. But in order to please the Guru, we give up our own personal desires and fulfill the desire of Guru, because that is more pleasing to him. So many times, even I was faced with this quandary in where I used to live in New Talavan. We used to hear, oh, Jayapataka Maharaj is coming, Jayapataka Maharaj. And everybody would leave everything and run to the devotee's home. And of course, traveling takes so long. First, he has to fly down. Then from the airport, he has to drive down to the countryside, hours and hours. And after one such episode, I said, Guru Maharaj would be happier if I carry on with my services rather than just sit in somebody's home and keep waiting for him. This is a sheer waste of time. And I don't think we're supposed to waste our time just sitting around, waiting. When Guru comes, he comes. Until then, I can do something useful, no? Or should I just sit over there and waste my time? So I gave up that habit of just going and sitting over there and, looking at the gate and trying to chance, and then somebody come, they'll talk, oh, what happened? Just gupshup, socializing time it became. And I said, no, I'm not here to waste my time like this. So I gave up. And then whenever, he actually had a program, or whenever he actually came and they announced a program, only then I would go. So we have to consider, how am I utilizing my time? Because remember, Satyabhama, time is very short. We won't get this time again. So whatever we can do to enhance our Krishna consciousness in that time, we should do that. If we are going to be wasting our time, that's not a good idea. So, of course, when the spiritual master is in town, obviously, we must meet the spiritual master. We must try to have darshan. We must actively seek instructions and guidance on how to do things. Where am I going wrong? What do you want me to do, Gurudev? Are you pleased with me? I have to always ask. Every time I met Guru Maharaj, in the end, shaking and quivering inside, I would say, Guru Maharaj, are you pleased with me? Like that. Because I wanted to know. So, like this, we must always be making inquiries in a very humble and very submissive mood. We must always be ready to render service, but that should be according to the instructions of the spiritual master, not according to our own whims and fancies.
Thank
Hope
you.
that's
Thank you
clear.
so much. No, it does. Thank you. Thanks so much. Yes, Namrata Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, my humble obeisances. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Krishna,
Glory
my
to
humble
Swami.
obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev.
Thank you for explaining the Guru Tatva. Actually, there is lot. I feel there is lot more for at least me to get into this. It is just like I want to know so much more, and I want to dive deep so much more. So yeah, thank you for at least bringing it to my head that yes, I do need so much more. What is that?
See this wonderful book,
Yeah,
The Spiritual Master and the Disciple. Do you see this beautiful book?
yes, yes.
This is one of the most wonderful books that you will ever come across. And Guru Maharaj would actually ask all of us when, I don't know now what he does now. Maybe they do the IDC course and all. Those days, at least 20 years back, we didn't have the IDC course. So he would like us to read this book, Spiritual Master and the Disciple. And it's a compilation of every single thing Prabhupada has spoken on Guru and disciple relationship, who is the Guru, what is his nature, everything is there in this. It's a wonderful book. If you can get hold of this book, nothing like it. It's available free actually as a PDF. If any of you would like it, let me know. I can send it by email.
Please, please. For now, till I would like to have the soft copy, but sorry, hard copy. But till then, I can read soft copy.
Sure.
So one thing,
Send it. Even
yeah.
Aarti raised a hand, so I'll send it to Aarti. I'll send it to Namrata. Okay. Yes, Aarti. Okay. Satyabhama too. Okay. I'll send it to you too.
Thank you. So one thing I could recall before few days over the daily call, Anasuya Mataji, she was remembering her spiritual master, and she told that I think she was telling that she's feeling that separation. So many times when I heard her, I don't know if this is a good day to ask this question, but when I heard her, I many times have this thought, especially when I'm chanting. So I still have to learn so much from Guru Maharaj, and I started feeling the separation when I was chanting, and before few days, Anasuya Mataji talked about it, and I was just thinking, what will happen after Guru Maharaj is not there? I was like, it was like be blank in my mind. I could not further, think. So I was desperately feeling that separation. I think that day when I chanted, I cried, really, I cried. So obviously, if I ask this to Guru Maharaj will scold me. I'm sure about this. But I really want to know. I'm still a neophyte person. Obviously, seniors are there to make us understand what Guru Maharaj wanted and will always want. But this separation is sometimes really bothering me. So how do I overcome this?
Well, service and separation is actually, considered to be the highest. Vipralamba Seva. Service and separation and feeling separation. Even Krishna, Radharani, Krishna was right next to her. But still, because I think another Gopa called out his name and she thought he had gone, she began swooning, saying, "Oh, my Krishna, you have gone, you have gone, you have gone." And she fell into that separation. Krishna is right next to her, but she went into an intense feeling of separation, began crying and weeping. and was inconsolable, thinking, what will I do? Krishna is gone, Krishna is not there, like this. So what you are feeling is that intense mood of, what will I do if Guru Maharaj is not there? I cannot think, I cannot survive, I cannot. And that is actually the mood of dependence and love for the spiritual master. So it's a very beautiful mood actually. And we must deepen our relationship with Guru. We must also ask the Guru Maharaj, at least I have written to him like this, please give me instructions for life, like what I need to do for the rest of my life, no matter what, like that. So we can ask like this, instruction that we are meant to follow. Even Narayani Mataji wrote like that to Prabhupada, and he sent back a letter in which he gave her so many different instructions. And she says, sometimes, even now, I'm still trying to follow this particular instruction. I'm still trying to follow that particular instruction, like that. So the spiritual master knows, what we need and what instructions to give us. So each of us have a very unique personal relationship with Guru, each of us. So take this opportunity to write to Gurudev and say, Gurudev, please give me instructions that for the rest of my life I can cling to and follow. And that is my eternal connection with you. You will always be there in those instructions for me.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. This was really bothering me. Thank you for giving a solution.
It bothers me too. My God, I cannot bear to even think of it. When people say, oh, what will we do when I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to go there. I cannot bear the thought of it even. It's just too much for me to even process it. It's just too much.
I was really, I mean, still Guru Maharaj is still on the planet. So I was not able to, take out what I was having, I mean, what was going on. But then the other day when Anasuya Mataji said this, I thought I should talk to her about this, because I felt that thing. So,
right.
Yeah. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
And also feel free to write to Guru Maharaj and express your sentiments and, deepen your relationship with him.
Yes, actually, I think that is my weakness to the I heard Guru Maharaj at Ujjain, and he was telling in his speech that many times disciples think, oh, Guru is so busy, we should not bother him. And yeah, I do think that way. I feel a little hesitant. I do write to him, of course, but many times I feel hesitant that he's a sannyasi, he's a guru. I mean, I should not unnecessarily waste his time for. I should maybe go to mentor. I should maybe go to senior. So I do think like that. But yeah, some questions are important, like just what you mentioned. So that we should write to him.
Yeah. Take advantage now that Guru Maharaj is here. We should just grab every chance we get, to connect, to ask questions, to deepen our relationship, to clarify doubts.
So I'm already feeling that separation. I think I can totally understand that. Yeah. I really bow down to your tears. Actually, I do feel that as well.
Yeah, Gurudev is so dear, so special, so unique, so wonderful, so amazing, so divine, so transcendental, so compassionate, so merciful, so loving. The eulogies don't stop, They just go on and on and on and on and on.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Sorry,
Amrita, you
Prabhu.
made us all cry.
Sorry. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thanks for the nice question. It's very important to understand this, isn't it? So important. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful God family, actually. It's amazing to be in the association of the devotees, of the God sisters and brothers who have the same feeling and who have a desire and love and care, and they feel the blessings of the Guru Maharaj. So it's amazing. I don't want it to be a specific to Guru Maharaj's call, but we all, I think, looks like we are all inspiring all Guru disciples. So it's okay to be.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
other questions?
Srimati is writing, Guru Maharaj is so wonderful that I miss him all the time. So sweet. Yeah, I mean, spiritual masters, Krishna himself. How we can do without Krishna? Not possible. As living entities, we are inseparable. And so, therefore, the relationship with the Guru is the relationship with Krishna. Okay, I got Bhadra Mataji and I got Arti's email. Anybody else wanted the PDF?
Yep.
Namrata?
I would like to send
Namrata
it as
wanted.
well.
I have your email. Balaji Prabhu, send me your email, please, so that I can send it to you also. You wanted book PDF. I can send it to you also. Okay.
Any other
Okay.
questions from anyone? Any realizations? It'll be really nice to hear any realization you have, because of such an important, auspicious day of Vyas Puja. If any one of you had any realization with Guru Maharaj, it'll be really nice to hear. Yes, Silpesh Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev.
I just wanted to reflect when Maharaj came here to London a few months ago. I wanted to have a meeting with Maharaj. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to spend half an hour with him and talk about everything and that. But it didn't transpire that way. And the 5 or so minutes we had with Maharaj was all that we needed. It's just amazing. Like, we have ideas about how we should have a relationship with a Guru Maharaj, but it's just amazing being around him. Things just happen very differently. And it's just a wonderful feeling. I just wanted to say that, that all you need is a few minutes and that's it. He knows what to tell you. And it's wonderful.
Yes. Guru Maharaj has divine transcendental understanding of who we are. I remember in the first, second or third meeting, I just knew that my Guru Maharaj knew me from previous lifetime, and I just burst out and I said, Guru Maharaj, you know me. I said like this. And he said, yes, I know you. Take charge, Lakshmi. I can never forget that. So, Guru Maharaj knows me from previous lifetimes. That came through very strongly, very clearly. And he confirmed it. He said, yes, I know you.
I just wanted to ask, is Guru Maharaj's Vyas Puja today according to the Tithi date, or I'm just getting a bit confused with the dates?
It was yesterday according to Tithi, but always Guru Maharaj likes us to just celebrate it on one day, September 29th. He has just kept that as a standard so that everybody is on the same page and there's not this, oh, it is here on this day, it is there on this day. He just says September 29th, Vyas Puja. So he just, makes it simple,
And it's amazing how I noticed that yesterday was Haridas Thakur's disappearance day, and how Guru Maharaj is so attached to Haridas Thakur, and his appearance day is on the same day. So, it's a strange coincidence.
Yeah. It's quite amazing, isn't it? Quite amazing how Krishna arranged that Guru Maharaj, comes on such a auspicious, wonderful day. And no wonder Guru Maharaj loves the holy name and just is always telling us about the holy name, always chanting the holy name, always dancing to the holy name, is just in love with the holy name because he's pure.
Thank you.
Guru Maharaj's dancing is transcendental.
Can I ask a question regarding the dancing? I watched Guru Maharaj. There's a video on YouTube about when he went to Jagannath Puri with Radhanath Maharaj.
Uh-huh.
And Guru Maharaj didn't seem to be much of a dancer back then. So is it something that's happened later on? Or was he always dancing?
Ever since I've known him, he's always, been dancing. So I don't know that this is something recent. Maybe it is. We have to ask Guru Maharaj, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Since I've known him, he's always been, dancing.
Yeah.
Transcendental dancer. Tomorrow we get to read out our Vyasa Puja offerings. Scarlett Mataji, I have already emailed you the PDF. 2 days ago, I sent an email to you as well as to Priya, sharing this spiritual master and disciple PDF. Maybe you can check your emails. And to all the rest of you, I will send it shortly.
Thank you. Thanks, Alpesh Prabhu. Any other questions, realization, anyone would like to share? If devotees who have served Madan Gopal Prabhu is there, who has served Guru Maharaj very closely, and who else? I don't recognize, maybe because I've just...
Mahima
Mahima
and
Mataji.
Mahatma Prabhu, they have served Guru Maharaj very closely. Nashiga
Yes.
Leela, I mean, all these are great souls over here.
Yeah.
Srimati, Sister Guru Maharaj.
Srimati Mataji,
All
yes.
of you are having, I'm sure, so many realizations and can teach us so much. So please feel free to share. Sometimes I think that how I wish, I could hear more from my God sisters and God brothers about their services, their realizations. I could learn so much. But I think they're all very exalted souls and they don't like to speak about their services. But I'm the loser because of that.
No, they're generous. They're generous, Mataji. They will give out. Maybe just shy.
Out the secrets.
Maybe just shy.
They're just very, very humble and modest.
Yeah. Okay. Or maybe
Okay,
they're not in the
looks
position
like
to
there are
talk
no more
currently.
questions, or people have got tired of me yakking away and they're saying, okay, enough of this woman.
Thank you so much. Thank you for a wonderful, talk. It just, the realization, everything came out from everyone. It's just very heart melting, actually. Thank you. It was so sweet class, very sweet. Thank you, Sridevi
Please
Mataji.
pray for me and please bless me to get rid of my anarthas, to get regulated and finally do something useful for Guru Maharaj and all of you. Please, I'm very serious when I say this.
Mataji, you should bless us all. You Tirthakirti Mataji, you should all, you should bless us that, we get that enthusiasm to serve Guru Maharaj. We have that loving connection as you have. And, that desire to serve the spiritual master and that knowledge about the Guru, it should come to us all. Please bless us. Please keep us in your prayers. And please, it's such an auspicious day. And thank you so much. Thank you for giving us your association.
Please
You should
bless
ask
him.
Tirthakirti to bless us. Don't ask me because I don't have any blessings. I need blessings over here.
I'm thankful for everybody who's giving blessings to me. Let's all give blessings to each other.
Haribol.
Every day again.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Hari
Thank
Bol
you so
everyone.
much.
Hare Krishna Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Shila Prabhupada
Thank
ki
you,
Jai. Gurudev ki Jai.
Bhagavad Ki
Yeah,
Jai,
Gurudev.
Shri
Thank you
Jai.
all
Jai
devotees.
Jai.
Humble obeisances to everyone. And please forgive me for all my